Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's See What Happens. I am the world's address, and today we are playing Camp W, and I am joined by a very special guest, Dingo.
Hello!
Hey there. Alright, so last episode we got to this camp center. A stream of decidedly unmagical kids are making their way across the lawn, heading over from a nearby parking lot. They're lined up in front of a building marked Camp Center. This is not Coventry. Nugget pops his head out to survey the scene. How far did you walk? I just walked out of the woods the same way we came in. But I don't think we're in Coventry anymore. Hey, I just said that. You had to reach into that portal, didn't you? Do you think... Go with me here. It's at all possible that we just traveled out of the witching realm and into the human realm? Don't they always say that the two are separate yet intertwined? This is me not making a comment about how you probably should have paid more attention in school, like your mother always said. You ignore the comment Nugget didn't just make. It just feels so familiar, like we didn't travel at all, but here we are. And these kids, they don't look especially magical, but they don't seem so bad otherwise. Is inter-realm travel possible? Sure. Likely? Come on. The amount of power it would take to move between the realms would be impossible for you to pull off. I don't think that even Gadgie and your mom combined could do that. Peek through, maybe. Waltz through? That kind of thing only happens in movies and comic books. You take a second to consider having more magical power than the rest of your family combined, and the size of the resulting ear-to-ear smile almost breaks your face. Then I guess you should start calling me Sorcerer Lie, Wanderer of Realms, Maker of Portals. Ignorer of Squirrels. Yeah, I prefer Maker of Portals. Alright, Portal Maker, so you brought us here to the human realm. Now what? Just then, one of the human kids walks past you, strumming a ukulele. First day of summer camp, it's finally here. Middle school blues, time to disappear. Sun on my back, hope I sign in soon. Gotta get started on my afternoon. I'm at camp. Camp Whoopie Witchay. Oh, that's hard. His name is Sid.
Whoopie Witchay.
The odd ukulele kid joins a line of campers. Intrigued, you follow his siren song. I'm not going to try that one again. I need to see it, like, just written out, not sung.
Whoopie Witchay.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Sid is a singer, songwriter, social provocateur with a super cool jacket.
Yeah. I think he wrote those things on it.
Yeah. Now that's a human song if I ever heard one. Any witch would know that a swig of Oh the Tune would fix his pitch right up. Well, I think it's quite enthusiastic. You gotta give him that. Shh, we're up. I'm sorry, but who are you? Oh, that's the little girl, okay. The line moved quicker than you expected, and now you're at the front. Standing before you, clipboard in hand, is a smartly dressed girl with a very serious expression. She stares blankly at you. You stare blankly back. Oh, it's Whoopie Witchy.
Whoopie Witchy?
That's the name of the camp, yeah. So, a voice for Ruby. We could do...
Something smart like?
We could do something like, I think you might be in the wrong place. I'm Ruby, and this is the sign-in for Camp Whoopie Witchy Campers. Nope, that's the one. That's how it's gonna go.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
No, I was gonna say something like your voice.
Yeah, but my voice is the narrator. The everything that isn't attributed to a person That's
Yeah.
the narrator. That's the person that narrates the story. That's the person that's telling the story. And that's what I'm using my voice for. A slightly deeper version of my voice, but my voice. Ruby, Camp W's self-appointed expert and most spirited camper. Camp what now? Camp? Camp? As in summer fun, kids bonding, no mom in sight, honest-to-goodness summer camp?
No mom in sight.
Of course it is. And I'm here for exactly that reason, to sign into camp... Subtle cover-up job. You shove Nugget down into your bag, so that no one notices the talking squirrel you brought with you. You're not sure if they have talking squirrels in this realm, but just to be on the safe side. Well, then maybe on this list. Well, then you must be on this list of new campers. Obviously, I'd remember you if you were here last summer, or any of the past 5 summers before.
Wow, she has a really good memory.
I guess. You play it as cool as you possibly can, which isn't super cool, but hey, it's what you've got. Psh, obviously.
No.
The name is Lie. Ruby doesn't so much as look down at her clipboard before responding. Not on the list! But you didn't even check it. I don't need to. I've already committed every name on this list to memory in preparation for today, from Armand to Zev Jr. Let me apologize on behalf of Ruby. She takes her job very seriously. A little too seriously, I'd say. Which is odd, considering nobody asked her to do it. No one needs to ask me to have camp spirit. As the youngest running camp Whoopawitchy camper, I think I'm... Oh, no. I'm sorry. Let me start that again.
Yeah.
Let's start that sentence one more time.
Yeah.
As the longest running camp Whoopawitchy camper, I think I'm uniquely qualified to decide what is and is not in the spirit of camp. You've only been here 1 summer longer than me, first of all. Secondly, everyone knows that the only way to properly quantify camp spirit is by counting badges, which I have an extensive collection of. Meanwhile, Sid over here couldn't earn a badge if it jumped up and stitched itself to his lazy butt. Stop staring at my butt, Ruby.
Ew.
As Ruby's entire body is overtaken by a new shade of dark red, Sid smiles big and tosses you a wink. I don't know why you bother with this ritual every year. It's not like anyone has ever tried to sneak into summer camp before. How would that even work? What, you just happen to show up at a remote campground on exactly the first day and decide on a whim to lie about who you are so that you could spend the whole summer hiding out? Yeah, so ridiculous. I'm just gonna go over there to find my registration form and clear this up. You take a step to the side to get your story straight before Ruby recovers. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but it looks like they're onto us. Maybe we should use this opportunity to slip back out to the woods and find our way home. But we just got here, and I've always wanted to go to summer camp. Besides, are you the slightest bit curious about the human realm? Yeah, I'm curious what they do to uninvited witches and talking squirrels. You heard that, kid. They don't expect anyone to sneak in, which is exactly what we want. They'll never see it coming. Now's the perfect time to put some of my crafting abilities to use. Luckily, I've got a bunch of ingredients still in my bag that we can use. Mom says I need to work on my magic? Psh, I'll show her. You dig around in your bag for a few specific ingredients that you know are in there somewhere. After a second, you've collected 3 things. A bit of bird seed, a few dried skyflower petals, and... Nugget, let me see your paw. Sacrificing me to get out of trouble is a trick you can only pull once, you know. You're safe, I promise. Just put out a paw real quick. You scrape off a bit of dirt from under Nugget's nail. I needed some dirt, but I'm not sure if human realm dirt will do. You rub the dirt, birdseed, and crumbled up flower petals together, and casually sprinkle it on the ground. You devious little witch. Gadgie's own super seed bird feeder filler trick. Interesting idea, but I'm not completely sure if the animals of this realm will react to the foul weather spell the same way they do back home. All you need to do is trace the sigil in your grimoire to cast the spell and find out. Oh, yeah, this is another thing that we do for this game. You have to very carefully.
It's okay. It'll accept
Woohoo!
it. Woo!
As soon as the seed hits the ground, an entire flock of birds begins circling overhead. A second later, there are so many birds that they nearly block out the sun. It works all right. That spell was supposed to attract a few birds, not all the birds. This can't end well. You rejoin Ruby and Sid, who are staring up in amazement at the churning cloud of birds overhead. And then, the poop starts. Oh no! A huge glob of it lands right on Ruby's head and drips down her perfectly pressed shirt. She looks at it in stunned silence. The next poop splashes right onto her sign-in sheet. I like this face. There's no time for procedure now. We're under attack. Did I just get pooped on? We're all gonna get pooped on if we don't run for it. Ruby holds the clipboard over her head like an umbrella, and a hail of bird bombs destroy the sign-in sheet. This is not how my summer was supposed to begin! Ruby books it for the building behind her, leaving Sid and you to fend for yourselves. It'll be safe back at the bunk. Follow me. You arrive at 2 bunks, one for the girls, one for the boys, connected by an adjoining deck. That is very cool.
Yeah.
Seems pretty quiet still. Usually most people are here by now, but maybe they're just off doing something else. I'm going to see if Norm has set up shop in the dining hall yet. You want to come? I'm going to get settled, I think. Thanks for your help with that girl. That's just Ruby's way. She means well, I think. Or at least I've always assumed she does. Maybe not, though. And I'm Sid, by the way. Smell you later. Sid marches off towards the dining hall, singing to himself as he goes. 'Cause birds like us, baby, we're born to poop. That's
Wow.
fun. It's Born to Run. It's a song. It's okay. Why aren't there more songs about the loyalty of squirrels? Before Nugget can switch the conversation back to himself, you hear the voices of more campers inside the nearby bunk, and reflexively reach over to stuff him back down into your bag. Yeah, I know the drill. I promise to only do this when I think you run the risk of embarrassing me and or blowing up this entire operation. Reassuring. A girl you haven't seen before steps out of one of the bunks and nearly bumps right into you. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking where I was going. I'm new this summer, so I guess I can use the excuse of not really knowing the layout. Oh, I don't know if that voice fits her.
I'm sure.
That's a little bit too high-pitched, I think. You know what? We're gonna go with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm Sophie. Boom. There's Sophie. The other new kid at camp, though it feels like I've known her forever. Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring out the place too. Don't even worry about it. Oh, wow. So you're another new camper like I am? It seems like everyone else already knows each other. They've already got the beds all divvied up with their names carved underneath them. First ever day at camp, honest. Practically my first hour. I definitely don't have a bed picked out yet. I don't know if I believe you. She leans in close, focusing on your eyes in a way that makes you a little uncomfortable, though you do your best not to show it. I've already noticed that people at summer camps are oddly obsessed with pranks. You're sure you haven't been coming here your entire life? Pretty positive. You don't have any older brothers or sisters who go here? I'm an only child, actually. And your parents didn't meet for the first time at Camp W? Fall in love, get married on the kickball field, and have their reception in the dining hall and give birth to you roughly a year later in the infirmary?
That's
Weird.
very specific.
That is very, very specific. Someone has been telling her stories. Nope. Blessed be. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Oh, sorry. Witch stuff. Blessed be is a thing we say sometimes, like, thank goodness or amen. Hold on. Did she just say witch stuff? Hold on. Did you just say witch stuff? I promise not to pull any bad spells on you. Every time I mention that I practice, people think I'm going to put a spell on them. I'm sorry, but that's not my thing. If I want someone to do my homework or fall in love with me or whatever, I'll just convince them by using my personality. I am charming. It's just that my personal spirituality is based around nature and the earth, so I've always been drawn to witchcraft. Also, black cats are the best, so being a witch has that going for it too. Actually, I prefer talking squirrels. Talking squirrels? You are pulling my leg, aren't you? No, never mind, that was just a stupid joke. Pfft, me? A joke? Before you get too off track, you steer back to the revelation that dropped your jaw just a moment before. So you're a witch. A witch that does witchcraft? Yes, oh geez, you must think I'm crazy. Actually, it's just a system of beliefs that resonates with me the most. It's about staying true to yourself, you know? It's not like I have an animal familiar who follows me around, or a giant cauldron in the middle of my kitchen or something. Oh, snap. Sometimes people can be a little... Well, I guess I'll be nice and say people can be a little uncomfortable about my beliefs. But I get a vibe from you. I don't think I have to worry about being made fun of for being a witch. Not by you. I feel it. Maybe later I can tell you more about witchcraft. I mean, if you want. That would be really cool of you. A loud boom erupts inside one of the cabins in front of you. You see a flash and some smoke rising up from the opposite side of the building. The door of the girls' bunk bursts open, and a young woman comes storming out. A young woman. Twins? Is it just me, or are twins always plotting things? What other reason could two people have for making up a secret language? I'll never trust any twins ever again. I don't trust one twin, and I definitely don't trust two twins. Not after putting up with this pair. Hi, Name's Piper. I'm one of the head counselors. Are you two twins? I mean, no. She's the girls' head counselor. I wouldn't mess with her.
I don't think that voice fits her.
I don't either, but I'm running out of voices that I can do.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to do just like a silly voice to do a silly voice. That might come later. We'll see what the people are.
You did Ruby.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what Ruby looks like she sounds like. No? Good. Keep it that way. With that proclamation, Piper spins around and goes back into the bunk. I wonder what she has against twins. I can think of two good reasons. She must be talking about Ella and Ezzy. They're back in the girls' bunk destroying all of Piper's personal electronics. Come in and see for yourself.
Ew.
Inside the bunk, it looks pretty calm considering the small explosion you just heard.
What happened to that one on the... Yeah, that one.
It's just a box with packing peanuts in it, that's all. Everything looks pretty normal. Things in the human realm seem so normal, but also so not.
It's July. The 4th of July.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Well, 5th now, because the day's over, so...
Yeah.
I'm not sure we understand the problem. I need to see what they look like before I give them a real voice.
Yeah.
If you call it your spare battery, that means you have a primary battery. I told you! My regular battery died! I only had my spare battery! So we've got Ezzy.
Ezzy. Which is one of them.
Yeah.
I think it's a girl.
I'm not sure. Well, Ezzy would be the boy. Ella is probably the girl.
Maybe.
Give me a second. I need to figure out what voice I think he sounds like. Because then I need to do just like a female version of that voice to be Ella. Because they're twins, and oftentimes twins sound alike.
Yeah.
Even if they're fraternal twins, like they are. And fraternal twins means doesn't always mean that like they're both boys or both girls. Fraternal twins are typically a boy and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
But still born at the same time, still the same age. That whole deal.
Yeah, they're the same height. If you count their hats, because
Yeah.
it's hard to tell with the girl.
Yep. However, no. However, if you require something all the time, then by definition it can't be called a spare. At that point, why bother with the additional descriptor? Just call it my battery. Yeah, that'll work. The highly volatile mix of curiosity and capacity.
You can tell that
Multiplied by 2. I can tell what?
You can tell that their names are different because they're the same as their shirts.
Oh, yeah, in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Obviously, we wouldn't tamper with your battery. We just know how important power is. It's literally everything. It literally powers everything. But a spare. I swear it has barely been half of one day and your little twin routine is already wearing thin. You can't confuse me by splitting your sentences in half. Or maybe you can, sometimes, but I don't have to like it. You took my spare battery, used it on one of your kooky tween genius science experiments, blew it up, and now my phone is dead, and I can't get to my texts. I suppose small miscalculations were made all around. Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly. Get on with improving your other innovations. Steve Jobs said that. You two stay here. Going to go see if they're hiring at the phone factory, because right now anything would be a step up from me. Before you have a chance to try to formally introduce yourself again, Piper is gone. She's not even technically supposed to be using her phone while she's at camp. Nobody is, counselors or campers. But rules are made to be broken, aren't they?
He is holding a phone.
That's Ezzy, by the way. And this is Ella. Hi, I'm Lai. Just so you know, the explosion wasn't an accident. It was a distraction. We're extremely careful with flammables. Honest. We're twins. When Ella and Ezzy speak at the same time, their voices sync up and overlap exactly, combining to create a startlingly strange frequency that immediately makes your brain feel very weird. Nice to meet you both. Sophie mentioned that there were a lot of rules set by returning campers, like who sleeps where and whatnot. See, Ella? I told you. Oh, right. That. I promise you it's not sentimental. I left some diagnostic equipment behind at the end of last summer, and I wanted to make sure it was still in working order. Ella taps on her wristwatch, and there's an audible whirring from under one of the bunk beds. I thought it would be rather rude to ask anyone else to endure sleeping directly above one of Ella's experiments, but we're almost done with that for now. Experiments? Directly under our beds? Piper mentioned something about you two being something of a pair of sci-fi whiz kids. I believe the phrase genius camp dropouts was tossed around. I don't think it counts if you drop out on account of being too smart. A few years ago, our parents tried to send us to a special science camp for high-performing students. But we took issue with the curriculum. Essentially, it boils down to this. Don't call it space camp if you're not going to at least try to get to space. We were T-minus 3 minutes when they scuttled our mission. You built a rocket to space and then tried to launch it? Rocket? Rockets are so last century. We built a space elevator. So then, what are you doing here at Camp W? Our parents decided we were doing enough calculations throughout the rest of the year. Now we use the summers for a different kind of study. You must unlearn what you have learned. Yoda said that. That just about clears it up for me. That clears up nothing for you, and it certainly doesn't explain the whirring sound. Then what's that under the bed? I could tell you, but you wouldn't understand. This place has a secret. Every summer we learn a little bit more about it. But we still haven't cracked the code yet. I've been running all kind of measurements over the past year, and they just don't add up. It's as if... Nah, this'll sound crazy. It's as if Camp W is at the exact center of the universe. Sure, I'd say that sounds crazy, but then I've been accused of saying some crazy things myself. In just the past hour, I've captured some incredible phenomena. But most of our tech is out at the old Camp W radio tower. KCWW. We should know more tomorrow. Phenomena in the past hour? Could it be? Before anyone can see you start to sweat, a loud bell rings somewhere across camp. I might be new to this camp, but I think I can tell a lunch bell when I hear one, and I am famished. When you get to the dining hall, there's a small clump of campers stationed at the front door. A trio of boys push and shove, jockeying for the front position. Like some kind of human nesting dolls, the boys share a similar style but come in 3 different sizes. Small, medium, and large. I am going to run out of voices with this cast of characters. Further inside the room, someone shouts, "Incoming!" Just then, Small climbs up on Large's back and leaps into the air. Holy cow. A high-speed tater tot zips through the air and straight into the airborne boy's mouth. When he lands, high fives await. Oh, neat. They look fun.
Ooh, what happened to that boy's hand?
It's possible he could have been born without it. It's possible he could have lost it in an accident. Sometimes, if you get really sick, it can mess up your circulation and they have to take your hand. I have a friend, actually, that just had that happen. He got really, really sick and kind of went into a coma and lost blood circulation to his legs, and they had to amputate his legs. So, yeah. Sometimes things like that happen. And so he's got, right here, he's got a little hook deal that's attached, and he's able to open and close it to grab things. Yeah. I think some of these people are gonna have to just be my voice.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
That was clearly aimed at me, but you know what? I'm not even mad. That was sweet. Dude, such precision. Such grace. You were like a flippin' goose or something. Graceful like a goose? Yeah, like one of them fancy white lady gooses. Dude, are you talking about a swan? Do you think swans are just fancy lady geese? Whatever, I was just saying it was graceful is all. I learned from the best. My dog Scoot can catch a flying disc from like a mile away. I've been studying his moves all spring. Rose, your buds. They are the Blake, Miles, and Miller, thrill-seeking threesome of fist bump aficionados.
What does that mean?
They like to do the fist bump. Boom. Thrill-seeking means that they like to, like, you know, jump off of high trees or stuff like that. You know, they do stuff for fun, like ride their bike really fast and jump off ramps and stuff. Skateboard, rollerblade, whatever it is that people like to do nowadays. Just you wait and see. I won't miss a tot all summer. Okay, so Blake is this one.
Yeah.
Psh, you know Norm takes it easy on the first day. Don't get cocky, dude. If you take a tot to your good eye, you'll have to catch the rest by smell. Heads up! Another tater tot comes flying like a ballistic heat-seeking Spud missile. This time it's Blake's turn to show off. He does a mouth-open 360-degree spin, catching the tot along the way. If you show off your best moves on the first day, how do you expect to top yourselves? You know there's more where this came from, Norm. What you got, Miles? No. What you got, Miles? A backflip? Yeah, that's probably a little bit better.
Yeah.
A master of subtle and complex culinary tactics. Yum. Jeez, why do I get all the pressure? 'Cause I know you can take it. You finally catch a glimpse of the source of these flying mystery tots. It's the camp cook, though based on his size, you wonder if someone drew a face on a refrigerator as a practical joke. Standing in front of the tray of tots, he loads up one on his spatula, winds up and flings it in a huge arc across the entire room. Think fast! A tot hurtles your way so fast you're almost positive that it's trailing tiny flames. Miles, standing perfectly still, catches a hot tot with his eyes closed. Not quite as acrobatically impressive as the other two.
Miles is that one.
This one right here,
The
yeah.
tiny one.
The one that's missing an eye. Who caught that first? Whoa. Miles has somehow caught the tot exactly between his teeth. He turns around to make sure everyone notices, with his bros slapping him on the back the whole time. Showboating on the first day of camp? Clearly you three are underestimating how much faster a reconstituted clump of shredded potato is capable of flying. But you will learn, oh how you will come to know the power of my potato pitch. Like his
Yeah, I just noted
his tattoo.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Now the King of Fling demands another tribute. The Sultan of Spud? Lord of the Launch? You look next to you for Sophie to confirm if these puns are as ridiculous as they seem, but she is currently preoccupied, using you as a cover. Towards the back of the line, Sid has arrived, an oversized grin on his face as he observes your predicament. Coming at you, new kids! Norm is loading up his next volley and looks at you, a mischievous twinkle in his eye. There's no time for you to escape. You close your eyes, lower your head, and take a deep, dramatic breath. The entire dining hall goes silent. You got this, newbie. Norm's an excellent shot, so you just have to stand still. Don't overthink it. A human-sized spud with a mouth hole carved into it could probably catch one.
I got this tot.
We're gonna do with the I got this tot. We're not gonna try magic. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I think we should hold off on magic for a bit.
Yeah, we don't want to blow our cover, and plus he says that.
He says what?
He says that.
Which one? You're pointing and
That's that one.
This calls for a bit of magic?
Yeah, he says that, so. I got
Oh.
this tot.
Okay. But that might technically be considered cannibalism, which is a horrible thing to force upon any potato, even a giant one. That being said, I'm not sure if that would actually count as eating. For a vegetable to turn cannibal, you'd probably have to grind the tot up and bury it in the soil above a potato sprout. If I catch it, will you stop calling me newbie? Probably not. 3. Does he always count it down like this? Only for new kids. 2. This isn't how that other kid lost his eye, is it? Funny you should ask. 1. It is. Just kidding. Or am I? Tots away! Norm launches a tater tot across the room. He has tossed it with a forgiving arc, adding a little extra time for you to prepare. You square up your feet, focus your eyes on the incoming projectile, open your mouth. You got this. The tater tot glimmers as it passes through a ray of sunlight, and for a brief, beautiful moment you're convinced that it's all going to work out. And then a hot tater tot smacks you in the cheek and bounces off your face onto the floor.
Ooh, harsh.
Yeesh. You stand silently, marked with an oily badge of failure. The bros chuckle at your less than totally awesome performance. Sid, meanwhile, tosses you a napkin. You'll get 'em next time, newbie. Norm tips his chef's hat to you. You feel silly, but it seems like you've earned at least one other camper's respect, so that's something. You decide to capture the moment with a quick sketch in your grimoire. Oh, just this, then. Splarp. Having weathered the storm of your first ever tater tot crucible in your own way, you grab a food tray, feeling like a true camp whoopie witchy camper. With new friends standing on either side of you, you enjoy a delicious grilled cheese sandwich like a normal kid. Ooh, we could do grilled cheese sandwiches for lunch today.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Let's do that. We'll do grilled cheese today. That'll be great.
Yeah.
You know you can't stay all summer, but it's fun to imagine what it would be like to really be one of them. I mean, they melt cheese between slices of fried bread and call it lunch. It's not hard to imagine. It'd be great. After lunch, your Camp W bunkmates head outside and gather up in front of Camp Center. You follow along to see what happens next. And yeah, perfect. It's about time to call it an end to this episode.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I like the people that we've met. I'm going to try to continue to come up with new voices. I'll probably do some practicing.
Can I do some voices?
Yeah. You just got to make sure that you are reading fast enough.
Okay.
So, yeah. We'll work on in the interim, because I think this is going to be the last episode for today. In the interim, we'll work on getting your reading out loud fast enough, and then you can do some voices.
Okay.
Or you could even be, if you want, you could be Ruby. So I don't have to do that ridiculous voice that you think is hilarious.
No, I like that voice.
Okay, fine. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy day to drop in and see what I'm up to. I appreciate Dingo taking time out of her busy day to drop in and help me out with this video.
You're welcome.
You guys are the best, and as always, I'll see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.